How's everybody doing today? My name is Wwe2k, and I'm making a new series on the channel for Wwe2k26. And basically, this is going to be a universe mode series where we're doing Raw, NXT, and SmackDown. We're going to do 3 shows and see if, like, how far I can take it without, like, ended up getting burnt out, because usually when I do start universe mode series, like in the past, I ended up working myself so hard that I ended up getting burnt out. But there's gonna be multiple like championships that the superstar is gonna go after. There's gonna be multiple like challenges that each superstar is gonna have to like overcome. So like there's gonna be a bunch of things in this series. So like, but for right now we're just starting off like we're just doing the championships for right now. Like for these first 3 shows, it's going to just be about like the championships. And then after this week, next week, the women tag team champion is going to be on the line. I'm going to have to figure out like who I want to be the women's tag team champions, because there's not a lot of like wiggle room for like a lot of female tag teams. But I'm going to try and see how that works, and if it just doesn't end up working, I'm just going to end up scrapping it. But this first match is going to be a TLC match between Tiffany Stratton, Bianca Belair, Eve Torres, and Nikki Bella for the Intercontinental Championship. I'm not really like too big of a fan of like watching, like I didn't watch too much of the women mid-card division too much, but I feel as though like the women's division, like when it comes to WWE, have improved drastically compared to how it was back in when I first started watching wrestling. I was back in like 2010. And back in 2010, the women's division kind of was an afterthought until the women's revolution happened with Becky Lynch, Bayley, Charlotte, and Sasha Banks. And when that ended up happening, then I felt as though the women's division got more interesting. I still feel as though the women's tag division is kind of slow right now but the men's tag team division is kind of trash as well. So it's like WWE is kind of like doing bad right now, in my opinion. Like when it comes to just like interesting storylines, they keep doing the same storylines with the same people. And I just feel as though like they could do better. Like Triple H knows Triple H knows, like he's been in the freaking business for like since forever. Like that's crazy. Triple H been in the business since the Attitude Era. And you're telling me that you still like, bro, you still can't book a good show? But if he does book a good show, it's like every once in a while, and that's like kind of bad to me. Like it's like you can do better than just having using the same top 5 guys constantly on each show. And I feel as though like the transition between like CM Punk going to SmackDown, I think that is a good thing for SmackDown, because SmackDown really doesn't have the same star power that Raw has. All really SmackDown has is Cody Rhodes and Gunther now, since Jimmy and Jacob and Solo is on Raw. I ain't gonna say they're on Raw now, but they're feuding on Raw now. So it's like SmackDown really doesn't have anybody for real, which is bad. But hopefully it does get to a point on SmackDown where it is watchable because of CM Punk. Because CM Punk, I feel as though CM Punk is still top 5 in the company right now. Like he could either be, I ain't gonna say first or second, because I guess that's like Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, but he could be at least 3rd place, better than Cody Rhodes, maybe 4th behind Cody. I don't know. Like I feel as though Cody Rhodes needs a heel turn at some point in his career, because I want to see like a heel Cody. Like I never watched Cody Rhodes in AEW when he was a heel. I could have sworn he turned heel in AEW, but I just never watched it. So I hope at some point that like he does end up like turning heel, because I feel as though every single, like, no matter if it's a man, like woman, rookie, or a legend, like you have to have that heel run at some point and be able to like dominate that side of the ring as well. There is there is like certain wrestlers where they didn't have to like be heel. Like John Cena didn't really have to be heel too much. But that's because that was John Cena. John Cena always just had the star power. Like, but even then, even in the beginning of his career, John Cena was still a heel, and he still dominated as a heel. It's just that I would say John Cena wasn't well known for his heel run, like how other superstars is, like Edge was, Randy Orton. Edge and Randy Orton was like mostly like known for their heel runs, like instead of their face runs. But they were still pretty good faces in my opinion as well. And I feel as though like if you give Cody Rhodes the right tools to be heel, I don't think he should be heel right now, since Sami Zayn is kind of finna play that role. But I feel at some point, like maybe before the end of the year or maybe 2027, you should give Cody Rhodes that big heel opportunity. I believe like he needs a refresher. Like, he is so boring, like to me, in my opinion. I think he's boring. I think the moveset is fine. It's just the character, like the good guy character is just like, it's not. I just feel as though like the good guy character is just not fun to watch. In my opinion. But yeah, that's just like how I feel. Like, when it comes to like the product in WWE right now, it's just not good right now. Like, it could be better. And I feel as though like when it comes to them like doing better, is just simply just star power. The star power is just trash right now. They constantly like keep relying on Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, Randy Orton. Whenever he gets like out of injury, they rely on him heavily. They don't do enough with Drew McIntyre. They never did outside of his face run. But yeah, like my question to y'all is like, how do y'all feel about like the WWE product right now and how they're not like pushing like certain superstars for like LA Knight? I feel as though they should try to like gamble on LA Knight and see what they can do with him. But yeah, I feel as though this video is going to be very long. I was thinking about it. Oh man, I might just stick with freaking Raw and SmackDown. I think doing NXT might be a little bit too much for me right now. It might cause me to burn out a little bit because, as I said, like these videos are going to be like 20 to 30 minutes like long. So I feel as though like this is the problem if I was to do all 3 shows, is that I feel as though like it's not gonna just like burn me out, but it's gonna be too much stuff for me to do. When I feel as though like if I just stick with like Raw and SmackDown for right now, it does give me that wiggle room. Like, okay, like let's say I make so and so like the champion, right? I think it is good to have 30 other or maybe like 20 other superstars that is in line waiting for that title run, because it would make it easier for me to plan it out. Okay, I want this superstar to win this belt. I want this superstar to win this belt. And I feel as though like it's way easier to plan something when you have multiple superstars that you can plan the next title fence around. And I feel as though like that was probably like one of my main weaknesses when it did come to my other universe mode, when I was making them on my other YouTube channels, and why I did give up. I feel as though you should never give up, but like sometimes giving up can be a learning experience too if you do learn from it. And I feel as though like the reason why I didn't learn is because I wasn't creating enough storylines. But also I put myself in a box where all I ever did was commentate on the matches. I never really gave my opinion. I feel as though like when it comes to my YouTube channels, I have to end up giving. I have to like it. I always have to be a very opinionated type of channel to a certain degree, or I just feel as though I'm not being myself. Like, of course, like as I keep going, there is gonna be a lot of like commentary on the matches, but that does get draining after a while to constantly keep commenting on the match because I have to constantly know, okay, what signature is this? What finisher is this? But if something just coming off the top of my head and I'm just saying it, it makes it a lot easier for me because I'm not just going based off of, okay, I have to watch this on TV now to know what move this is that a certain wrestler I haven't watched what they're doing. But like there is big things coming for the channel that is outside of me doing like, okay, just WWE. I want to do other stuff. I want to do Dead by Daylight. I want to do Halloween eventually when it comes out. I want to do Gears of War E-Day when it comes out. That's gonna be like my main focus whenever it comes out. Gears of War E-Day. That's gonna be like what this channel is gonna be sitting around when it finally does end up coming out in October. So October is gonna be a big month for me, but also August is gonna be a big month for me as well. But just life in general is just gonna be big for me soon. Like just next couple months just gonna really be big for me soon, and I'm very happy to like share that experience with y'all. But if I do just do Raw and SmackDown, I didn't put the footage up in here that Rhea Ripley did become my first ever Women's World Heavyweight Champion. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to redo that match. If I do make the next Raw episode soon, but I have to do SmackDown first. And I'm like, okay, I just dropped NXT. I will have to end up just redoing that Women's World Heavyweight Championship match, but maybe I will just do a few rounds of just do a few episodes in NXT just to see like, okay. Because this ain't finna be the main series of the channel. Like I'm not finna make that mistake again where, okay, my WWE series is the main like focus of my channel, so I did end up getting burned out because like making 25, I don't think a lot of people don't understand is that like making 25 to 30 minute videos takes a lot out of you depending on what the like YouTube, depending on like what the game is. Like it gets so difficult to make content. I never understood how difficult it is to be creative making YouTube content. Well, that goes from like game to game, but like WWE is really hard because WWE 2K26. You would think it'd be an easy game to be creative in, but it's not easy to show you're creative in a game that doesn't give you storytellers. They do give you promos and stuff like that, and that's cool, but the game just doesn't give you enough tools like when it comes to like storytelling and stuff like that. It doesn't give you like enough tools and stuff to me. And I feel as though like WWE 2K27 eventually when that comes out, I feel as though for universe mode or just like for people that just want to do it in general, they should give us better storytelling. Like how it was back in WWE 2K14. WWE 13, 12 was like do y'all remember the Jacob Cass storyline from WWE 2K12? Like I know it was a Road to WrestleMania storyline, but that's probably like one of the best Road to WrestleManias I ever played in my life. Like was Jacob Cass, maybe when you played the Undertaker, like the Undertaker on Road to WrestleMania from SmackDown versus Road to 2011. That was pretty fun. Like that's so nostalgic. Like man, nostalgia man is so freaking fun to like revisit when it comes to these wrestling games, because dang, it's crazy how I've been playing wrestling games over the years and seeing them evolve graphically. I remember when I didn't own an Xbox One right away. Like that was back in like when WWE 2K15 first came out. The graphics was so cool at that time. Like when I seen like Randy Orton and John Cena, and I feel as though like WWE 2K26, it's a very fun game to play when you're not playing it every day. It's one of those games where if you're not playing it every day, you're gonna have a lot of fun. But if you is playing it every day, then it's very hard to like for the game to like stay relevant. It's hard for these wrestling games to stay relevant if the devs keep relying on my factions for you to unlock like personas of other characters, stuff like that. I feel as though we shouldn't have to give them our hard-earned money for an old version of a character. If it was like a new version, then okay, I'll probably get it. But for an NXT version of Seth Rollins that's coming out today, why do you have to give them money for that? I don't comprehend stuff like that. Like, but I think we're getting Jeff Hardy, the old version of Jeff Hardy for free. I hope so. I hope we getting the old version of Matt Hardy for free. And y'all gonna see like we use Jelly Roll and whoever that new women's wrestler that's coming with them, because I really don't know, because wherever she like wrestles like on when it comes to WWE wise, I just don't watch it at all. And I know she's not on Raw. I know she's not on SmackDown, so I don't know where she's at. Maybe in the new like I don't know how they doing it, but like Dominic Mysterio, Rey Mysterio, who else? Agrano Melcarno. They all wrestling on this like particular like show like with just luchadors on it. Like I ain't gonna say just motion luchadors, but it's kind of cool that how they doing that. How they structuring that out. It's kind of cool to me. And then eventually SummerSlam is going to come around, and then Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins is going to go at it. I don't know if this is going to be the last time. I hope Seth Rollins doesn't retire soon, because that's kind of crazy to think about. Like wrestlers are starting to retire early now. Like they're not. I would say that I ain't gonna say it's not stupid. It's very smart compared to how the old generation of wrestlers was from the 1900s to, I say, like around John Cena's era, like 2010s and stuff like that. Like, because they went for like decades. Undertaker went for decades, but these people destroyed their bodies for our entertainment. Like, even Kurt Angle said he has nerve damage from him like wrestling way too much. That's not always that's not a good thing. It's not a good thing to like push yourself so hard that it gets to the point where your body is getting damaged. But that's usually how it is with wrestling, UFC, boxing, and all that. But UFC, when it comes to other sports, they get breaks compared to wrestlers. John Cena really, like, if you really think about John Cena's work schedule, he never really even got a clear break until, like, when did John Cena end up leaving the company, like, to go to Hollywood? Was it 2020, like, 23, 24, maybe? Around that time? And like after that, like before that, John Cena was working every day for 365 days. Like not every day 360, but like every Raw he was on, every SmackDown he was on, he just worked it. Like John Cena really like the foundation of this like of the previous generation. I feel like John Cena, that was his like with John Cena, CM Punk, Edge, and Randy Orton, that was John Cena's generation. Now this generation is like Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins. Who else? Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Finn Balor, Damian Priest. I put him in there. Like, even though Damian Priest came way long before Finn Balor, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns, but like I still put him in there. And I feel as though like maybe at some point when all the legends do die out and they all gone, maybe somehow WWE can't become a better product because the legends are finally gone. They finally retired. Yeah, that's gonna be so crazy when Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins finally moves on from WWE. That's gonna be crazy. That's gonna be insane to think about. Because like there's so many other wrestlers like they could push to the main event. They pushing Oba. They're gonna push him to the main event at some point, which is cool. Like that's like they're trying to get a top wrestler up in there, like a fresh face, and I'm glad to see that. I'm glad to see that we're trying to get that fresh face up in there to beat Brock Lesnar, because he's gonna beat Brock Lesnar inside the Hell in a Cell. It's probably gonna be a really good match, but WWE is predictable now. I know what they do. For some reason, they always using Brock Lesnar. They haven't won. The dude win one time, destroy Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar destroys them the second time, and then the third time, the rookie ends up winning. It's very predictable, but I understand why they're doing it. But what I do get behind is what they did with Sami Zayn, because I don't like nobody in their right mind thought that Sami Zayn was finna win the World Heavyweight Championship against Cody Rhodes and Gunther. Like, let's be honest, like Sami Zayn, he deserved it a long time ago when he was like jumping from like between the freaking like ropes outside of the ring and doing the DDT. That Sami Zayn deserved the WWE Championship because he can keep up. I felt like at that time he can keep up with the main event. But there were so many like stars they tried to build up, like Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose. Who else was they building up at that time? They still building up Randy Orton. They still had John Cena. They was building up KO, Finn Balor, AJ Styles. So they really didn't have that much time for Sami Zayn when Sami Zayn is in his prime. I don't think Sami Zayn is in his prime right now, but I believe Sami Zayn right now is kind of like, I ain't gonna say he's kind of like on the Miz's level, but I think that it gets to a point in a superstar's career where they can perform those good matches without effort. Rookies, I feel as though they have to put in way more effort than the legends. The legends, since they've been doing this for so long. Like the Miz could take 10 L's and the matches will always be good. I always thought there's no such thing, like, to me, as a bad Miz match, unless his opponent was bad. If the Miz's opponent was good, the Miz never really ever had a terrible match, in my opinion. I don't think the Miz ever had a bad match. When did the Miz ever have a bad match? I think the work that the Miz is putting in right now is kind of like bad, but like we all need like a comical gimmick. I forgot who the Miz is working. I forgot who that dude's name is that the Miz is working with right now. But I feel as though like it's gonna get to a point where maybe I should make a video like about the top 5 most underrated wrestlers. And I think the Miz will always go on there. Like, once the Miz retired, we're gonna be like, dang, the Miz was really that good. I didn't really like comprehend how good the Miz was until I realized like this dude could go against any wrestler, man, and the matches will always be good. And yeah, speaking of that, like, man, I did end up letting Edge win the World Heavyweight Champion. Edge is one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. I think the 2011 version of Edge, the run, that was one of his best runs of all time, was 2011, 2010. So yeah, like, we're gonna continue like this Universe Mode series, and I'm glad to like share my adventures with you. I hope y'all have a good rest of your day. Peace.